Hello, everyone. Audio check. Can you hear me okay? Hopefully it's not too loud. Anyone? Thumbs up, something? Is it too loud? I tweaked my audio a tad today, so hopefully it's not too loud. I know there's a delay, so I'm just going to assume it's good. Yes! Thank you! Thank you, Dilbot, for the thumbs up and asterisks. All right, so excited to be back. Yeah, I haven't done any really extra streams in a little bit, so I think it's been a week since I've streamed, which is kind of crazy. And last time we were still working on gMusic, and we're going to continue again on gMusic today, like we have been. I think today to start out, hey R2, welcome. I do think I want to start out today with doing a little bit of App Center stuff. My log manager is kind of empty. I'd like to maybe get some automated builds in there. It's kind of weird that I'm this far into the project and there's no DevOps whatsoever. Kind of sad. So, yeah, let's jump in. As always on my stream, feel free to ask questions. Tell me how to do something better than I am. I'm always okay with that. I get stuck sometimes, and the help is always useful. So let's switch screens, and we're off. Yay, it's working! It's working everywhere. It's always exciting. I'm always worried my scenes are going to be broken when I start. All right, so I've done one thing before starting. I did add in what I do. I did add in, oh, I was doing something else. Okay. Right, that was something else I was looking at doing. I did go in and add in API constants, and I added in a thing that just shows off. Here, we'll look at it in VS Code. So I added in App Center for iOS, Android, where I'll paste those keys in, and then also one that does a combined thing for me, so it'll just work. And aside from that, I went in and I added the references. Oh, I didn't add them to Android yet. Let's go add them to Android. Don't want to forget that. So add them to iOS and Android. Let's go add the packages here. Let's go to packages, add NuGet, search for App Center, and it's under Microsoft, isn't it? I need to do like Microsoft.app center to filter out all the other stuff. All right, so I need crashes and analytics, which will automatically depend on the App Center. And I'm not doing auth or push. I've got simple auth and all that stuff. So this will be good enough for that. And then I did my appcenter.start. That's it. So I should now have analytics and error testing. And I was playing with that. I hope I don't still have. Yeah, I didn't see that in there. I was playing with something to do oh, I do. Okay, I want to delete lines 40. I was just testing to make sure things worked. And we don't actually want to do a test crash. But everything worked like I'd expect. So that's perfect. Let's jump into my logging class though, because I have all this log not implemented. And right now it does nothing. My report, nothing. Nothing. But it's all right, because now we can jump into here and uncomment this. You'll notice in my logging class that I have a couple little extra helper things in here. I like to know the source file path and also whatever method called to do the logging. It's not perfect, but it gives me, oh, I can just uncomment these things now. Don't need that. All right, so now we can do crashes. That should go away. Let's uncomment all this stuff because it already existed. But I pass in that file name and the file number, and I do a file cleaning, and this thing is going to be wrong because no, that might be right. I like removing all the stuff like before gMusic because I don't want the full file path. You only get so many characters anyway, and I don't need the path. Find the first instance of gMusic, and that's where we start because that's the root of the project. Okay, what else do I need to comment, uncomment? I think that's it. Luckily, they all proxy things down. So like whenever we play an album, the things that I really care about though are like the next and previous and things like that, and this error stuff. Whenever we get an error, I want to report the error. So that is now working. Oh, report right here. We need to do this one. We'll just do, if this one doesn't have anything in here, we'll do crashes dot, what is it, report? I just looked at that and I can't remember. My mind is going. All right, track error. All right, and we'll just pass that exception in. And I don't know if there's any others that aren't done yet. All right, I think everything else is filled out. So having this tracking class, like I said, I always do this call member stuff, which is really useful. So I know exactly which file line this thing came from and the path. Now it's not perfect data and it's not going to give me everything I need, but it's going to give me a good boost to get into the right area while debugging, which is really, really nice. All right, so let's commit this stuff. Added App Center. Oh, I did delete that. Debug stuff's not needed anymore. Extra using, good enough. Right, Android has it in there now. Perfect. Everything is App Center. The log manager is back. So now we'll start getting some data as we play with this. Now, let me jump over before we jump any farther than that. We'll start debugging and make sure we get some data coming in. We'll check out App Center, make sure it's coming over. But I want to look at our agenda. Let's talk about the agenda. Last week I got pretty far on the playlist management, but there's some issues that are really, really wrong with it, especially around the fade player. The fade player is having some issues with queuing when you go forward and back. So I want to make sure we debug that and get the playlist management stuff working right. Also, we should set the topic. So we're just gonna, let me finish up this. Let's do this first and we'll set the topic. We will move all this stuff up here to, what's today is the 29th. 29/2019. And we're also going to bring this thing up because it's not done yet. I'm hoping we can fix these playlist management bugs pretty easily. And then maybe we can jump into, last time I also did some of the playback UI as well. Oops. So we'll look at that. The Playback UI is actually data bound now, and so everything works and interacts appropriately, which is really, really exciting. So yeah, we'll start with some playback management stuff. Fixing playback management. Let's send that off. Dream Helper is going to do its job, and we'll jump back into here. Okay, so we can close all this stuff. And actually, let's run the app and see exactly where we're at. Make sure everything works now that we just added an App Center. Uh-oh, build. Oh, I have 3.0 installed, and that's going to cause issues. I might need to bring that thing I just removed back. History. I thought I didn't need this anymore, but let's go create this. I thought I can just revert that one thing. All right, if not, let's go to GitHub. Oops, not that one. Let's go to GitHub. Actually, bring one of these over. All right, so GitHub, gMusic, we want .forms. We'll just bring that one file back. Let's go into history. Oh no, sorry, history. Where is commits? Go to the commits. Let's bring back that file we just killed. And let's browse the repository at this point in history, which is perfect. And it's this guy. And we'll go to raw. And we'll just download it. Save as. Global.json. Dun dun dun. Close that out. We don't need it. We'll just go over here and bring it back. Let me close the solution and reopen it. Joys of installing early bits. I can't help myself. I always jump into the new stuff. It's too much fun not to play with the new stuff. All right, let's see if this builds now. Force it to use the old... okay, nope, still getting an error. Which... But I'm not using the .NET Core. Can I ignore that error and just move along? Because me manually specifying that global.json thing I did, this should tell it which, no, let's open it in VS Code. This tells it which version to use. So now it shouldn't even try. Man, I just wanted to code today. I didn't want to start with any issues. Maybe I can uninstall that nut preview. That easy to do. Let's see how to remove this. This is sad. Okay, so, hey, we can just go into here, list the SDKs, and let's see, let's list all the runs times. Okay, so you just removed that one. All right, that's super easy. And we want this. Actually, do I need to do a different command to get that right path? Because that's not showing me the exact one, so then uninstalling it, it's just going to be that, then the name. Let's do this. Nice thing, bash hides all that. Okay, so let's restart Visual Studio just to make sure it picks that up. Oh, that actually crashed it. I think it was trying to use that SDK. That's all right. We'll restart it. And then maybe I don't need that global JSON. We'll leave it there for right now. All right, press play. Let's see if we build now. Oh, come on. All right, I can handle that. Missing semicolon. Let me check this other file. I don't have it there either. All right, those kind of builds, errors, I'm okay with that. All right, and let's go into here, make sure we blow everything back up. All right, so let's run it again this time. Actually get somewhere. Yay, it's building! Let's commit that fix though. Let's not add that. Let's and updated agenda. This is why a CI is nice, so I don't accidentally break things like that. And I actually should have built before I pushed. It's my own fault too. Who does that? Who just writes code and commits it? All right, so this is now data binding properly. Yes, our page is ugly. Yes, we need to do lots of stuff on this now, playing with the album art now, and we also need to do some blurs. But, oh, and there's a slider, and the slider works. Well, it doesn't do anything when you choose it, but if we're playing the song, it actually updates right. And I don't think you guys can hear the music, but it's playing music and working. And all the play pause buttons now work. The thumbs up and thumbs down now work. The forward and back do work, but they can cause some issues. Hey, it's working better now. I don't know. Shuffle, I don't think, no, I didn't make shuffle work. Shuffle doesn't work yet. We need to make those work. So let's actually throw those onto the agenda after we fix this playlist management stuff. Because that, I really want to figure out what's going on, because something really, really weird was going on last time there. All right, so let's dig into that code and let's figure it out. I'm shocked it was having issues because most of it was from old gMusic. Let's look at this. Okay, so the things that we're having that were wrong, and it could be that the fade player is not doing things right, because the fade player used to have an intermediate layer, which it doesn't now. So we're starting. The architecture of this is we have the fade player, which then contains two native audio playback things. Well, potentially native, but either way, the playback things. And its job is to take care of fading between songs when the song's almost over. Its job is to deal with prepping the songs, getting them ready, as well as queuing up the next song, so that way it's already downloaded when it's ready. And its job is to take care of all this stuff. And there's some stuff in here. I just want to make sure everything's right. I'm just seeing if there's anything that sticks out. Prepare next song. It's just the async void. It is called. I just want to look when some of this stuff's called and make sure it's doing things the right way and figure out what's going on with the queue. Okay, so this does get called. So as it's playing or keeping track of the song playback, it goes and says, hey, there's less than 15 seconds left. Let's make sure the next song's ready if we haven't done this already. The nice thing is we're doing this in a couple different places. We also do it in the Playback Manager. The Playback Manager has some stuff whenever we do, so let's just look at what the next button does. Okay, so when we play a song now, it also will await getting the next, wait, why did I play next? And when that starts playing, then it does the next track. Ooh, that doesn't look right. Something's wrong in here. Let's follow some logic through, because something's really weird. And it could just be I wrote some bad code before and named things really, really weird. All right, so let's start whenever we play a song. If we go to our view models, it's the best place to start tracking these things down. Is let's walk through what's going to happen. So we have our song view models. This one, no, it's not the songs view model. Can you use the songs view model anymore? I don't think we do. I think we need to go to the view. We have our pages, and we have our songs page. That's where we need to start. Our songs page will say, hey, play this song when you tap on a song. Perfect. Play song. It does right here. It ends the last song if there was one. It changes the current song to nothing. It then does a loop through whether it's an artist, if it's an album. In this case, it is definitely not. It's a song. And it's going to be a song from a specific place. So if we go down to the song, if it's a song, right here, this is our path that should hit. We're going to put some breakpoints in here. We'll go to play now. Play now is going to check the current order, see if there's stuff in there. If so, set it up. If not, continue on. The reason is we want to, if you have a current playlist going, so let's say you're listening to an album, then you go into your song list or you search and you just tap on one song. I'm going to play that song and then go back to the album wherever you were at or radio station or whatever. So I do a check if there's any songs. If so, inject that thing in there. I'm pretty sure that's what it does. If not, play song now. Just follow some of this stuff. Okay, play next. Okay, if it's the current song, just play it because we're already there. So you've tapped on a song that's already been tapped, just play it. If not, next song. That's interesting. I'm wondering if that's right. All right, let's just jump through this and see what's going on. If it's already in there, move it to the right place. Huh. Very interesting. I'm just really curious what I'm doing. All right, so then it prepares the next track, but it doesn't play the next one. This doesn't actually do any playbacks. That's a really, let's prepare next track. Goes through, play cue, it logs it up. Okay, so I think wherever I'm saying play, if I go to play now, I think my logic's a little weird. So in play now, I play next song, which is named wrong. This is like prepare the next song. Oh, it puts it to play it next. It cues it to be the next song. So that should be like cue next or something like that, not play next. And then it says play the next track. Okay, makes sense. So it gets it right in the playlist. Let's check that. And now just look when they press the next button. So we'll go to our, well, that's loading up. Let's go to our now playing page. And when you press the next button, next track. Let's go there. So next track will pause it. Why would it pause it then do play next track without pause? That's kind of funny. All right, so next track, it gets the next ID, find it, get the current song, player.play next, prepare next track. Okay, that works. Makes sense. And let's look at previous. So if we go to our previous button, where's previous? Previous is up top. It's before, right? Previous. Aha, previous. Let's go here. Go to declaration. All right. So previous does a couple different things first, but this is the one we want when we do play previous versus resetting itself. So start the song over, seek to 0, or play previous. Play previous goes and gets the current index, goes back, finds it, and then says, hey, play the current index, or go back to 0 if that's what's going on. And of course, start over. I wonder why I have to do that. I wonder why I don't auto seek to 0 when we play these. I don't know. All right, let's try this now. So I wonder, do I have albums working yet? I don't. Maybe we make albums work so we can change the playlist context. Because if I just go into songs, I don't have a shuffle button yet. But if I click on like violence, it should say we skip, change the song. Let's just press play. It'll take us to the song. It's going to play this song now. Now this one should inject violence into our current song. So the next song again should be a D. Okay, that play now. Current order. Okay, it's not one of those, so we're going to play this next. We have a current thing, so we don't have to set up a whole new playlist. If it's current song, play it. All right, so play next. We have breakpoints in here, right? That will move the song if it already exists, which this is the one it should do. Oh, I don't change the playlist though. I should know that notification should happen no matter what. And I should save it. Maybe move song does that. Let's look at what move song does. Okay, it does, and it saves it. Okay, so we should be hitting this move song because it exists in the current playlist. It's old song index. Current index was 48, so it's going to move it from 48 down to the second or third song, whatever's there. Perfect. It then plays it. You know what we should do to debug this? It's playing the song. It's now preparing the next song. We need to add the current playlist view. I think having that will make this a lot easier. Yeah. Let's see what's going on with these playlists. All right, and this view's a tad bit complicated, but it's okay. Let's build it. All right, so let's start with a new view, and this is going to be current playlist view. Actually, it's a page. Let's rename it. Just delete it, recreate. So inside of views, add new file. We want a current playlist page. I should have made that a Xamarin.Forms page. Just thinking, let's make this in XAML. It'll be easy enough. We're going to XAML this puppy. Delete it last time. Add new file. Let's go to Xamarin.Forms this time, and let's make it a content page. Just want to make sure I can keep typing current playlist page and spell it correctly each time. Just testing myself. All right, so inside of here, we're going to ditch the ugly stuff that's not needed. This one is going to need a view model because the view model is going to deal with all the fanciness for this. So let's just throw a list view in there. We are going to actually do it differently because I need to add content in there. List view. All right. Luckily though, we can still use our same media page or media stuff that we've had. And then just thinking, okay, view models. File. And no, not a forms page. Okay, I'm going to go look at the old one because this one is tricky because it's composed really weird because there's no real object we're binding to ints, really, like what index, right? So we know how many and we know the index, but then we need to know which ones for that index. So it worked really well on iOS because iOS is built for that. But on Forms, we're going to have to build our own IEnumerable thing to do this. I'm almost positive we will. So this is going to be a kind of cool, kind of crazy, kind of fun. All right, so let's look at the shared. Just to get the playback stuff right, or just to get the, to get the stuff right, current playlist view model. All right. Now, what it's going to do is, oh, I did do quick jump. So I did this little hack to give myself quick jump on iOS. I forgot about that. All right, then it's going to say number of items, number of sections, just one section, which we don't care about sections. The number count is whatever the current playlist song count is. And then we just have this get song method for each one. So we should be able to do this as an iList. Pretty easy. Trying to think what all we need to build to make the iList work. All right, let's just figure it out. All right, so what we'll have in here is, let's do a class current playlist, and we'll just do iList. And it's an iList of song. Actually, it doesn't even need to, it doesn't care. Forms doesn't care what it is. All right, so we're gonna do a collection. Perfect. So now let's go into here and implement interface. Is read only? Yes. Spell true, right? All right. So index, this one's really easy. Set. We are not going to allow you to set this. Not happening. So that's going to throw no not implemented. Here we will do it is playback manager. That's I don't have keycaster on, do I? Always gotta remember to put that thing on there. Right. Let's move up. Disappear so fast. All right. Okay, so we've got that key manager dot shared, or I'm sorry, playlist manager dot shared dot song at index. Perfect. All right, is fixed size false? It is not. Oh, that's play song and index. Get song. Yes. Get song. That's the one we want. All right, that's worked. Is read only count. This is going to be playback manager dot. Oh, I need to make this thing be something for notifications. That way we can update when it changes. That'll be easy enough to do and make something observable. But we'll do shared dot current playlist count. Okay, is synchronized. I have no idea. I don't even know what that is. And leave that there. Add, throw not. We can't add. We can't clear. We can't contains. No, I'm not going to deal with that either. Copy to, we're not dealing with that. Index of. Index of we need. We're just going to return -1 because forms calls that even though we don't need it. All right, I think that's all I need. So now I can say public list. Actually, I want to check one other thing. So we have our simple database view model. Oh, no, not this one. Simple database source. I notify collection change. That's the one we want to throw in there because if we have this on there, forms will listen to the change notifications. All right, and I'm just going to do the hotkey because that's what I do. Throw that in there, and let's implement that. Collection changed, and all I have to do is pop that thing every once in a while. All right, and then this will just go sender is this event args dot. Oh, it doesn't even care, does it? Dot empty. All right, so now we'll say this thing changes, so we have a way to notify when the playlist changes. So I can go public current playlist items get set equals new that guy. All right, now here we'll do notification. We should only have one of these, so I don't need to deal with subscribing and unsubscribing it. Dot, but this will work. So dot current playlist changed. Guess what we're gonna do in here? We are just going to say items. Oops, I thought I had that. Dot proc playlist changed. Now we just notified the UI whenever this thing changes. stuff all has to be public or that stuff doesn't work. Okay, got that, got that. Wait, does that take a specific type of collection? Notify collection change. Reset. We'll just say it's always a reset. It's new. Perfect. All right. And let's clean some of this stuff up. I like the fancier syntax. And is there anything else we need on this? I think we have our view model. We have a view model, people. Realized I have not been listening to music. That's my problem. All right, so now that we have a view model, let's jump over to our view. And let's just start by saying equals new current playlist. What do I call that? All right, that's added in. Now here we'll do we'll set its binding contacts. Perfect, so that'll give us our songs. Now what we can do is this page, I'm just gonna steal this. So I hate retyping things if I don't have to. I need to go grab the cells thing. Not that I can ever remember how to do that anyway. But who needs to remember things? Not when you can copy and paste your own code. All right, we should have something. That should now show us this list. All right, to make this easy, rather than doing all the pop-up from the now playing, since I don't even know where I'm putting that button yet, let's just go to our root view. Also, I don't know if this would interest you guys, but I was thinking about changing this over to shell. I think I can do it. I think I can redo this in shell rather than leaving it in my own custom thing. Could be fun. Could make navigation interesting. Okay, where am I thinking? It's under views. Is that where root is? Root page. Current playlist. New, what's this called? Current playlist page. And we don't need an image. I think that'll be fine. What shell? Shell is Xamarin.Forms shell. Let's link this thing for you. Shell is something that we've created. It's still a little early on, but it makes it really easy to do some of the stuff in your app, like with all the navigation, doing links for like URL to navigating stuff, the flyout, the tabs. The problem with gMusic is unique in the fact that, oh, let's load it up and show it. Where did I put something? Oh, semicolon, I forgot my comma. All right, so let's run it. I'll show you what makes it difficult in gMusic. It has to do with how I build this, because I want two navigations. gMusic has two navigations, it really does. It's two master details, and shell's not built for that, but I have some ideas of how I can make my own shell root, which would allow me to have the bottom drawer, the flyout, and the content, which then it would also clean up my instantiation. So this is a master detail, and then this is a master detail. And this one never changes. The content underneath it doesn't change. As this navigates, only this third content's what really changes. So it's really tricky, especially with how they work. So yeah. Also, the one thing is if I do a shell, the shell flyout overlaps. Not that I'm against that, it's just different. So, but then it'd be the same on iOS and Android. So, toss up on what's better. But I might port it to shell, so that way I'm using all the new hotness. All right, so let's go to the current playlist. Okay, we need to make these rows uneven. That's looking good. We might also do the album page. I mean album details or artist details. Do either of those work? Let's check. So I have a way to reset the context. Maybe we add a reset button. All right, so let's look at artists. If I tap on an artist, oh, I can. And that does play, but I don't think it does the right play. All right, so we need to, let's go to the artist page, see how this navigates. So new artist thing, this. All right, so now, oh no, that does the artist songs view model. Songs page, okay. So I think, let's do something new. And what's the songs page do by default? Okay, I just want to double check how this navigation works. So this does a new songs page and it's set to a new binding context of artist view model. And we'll say if it's a songs view model, okay, we can work with this. So let's go to our songs view model. And on here we'll do public virtual. Oh, I need to make this a void first. Oh, we'll do an async task. No, we'll just do it a void. So that's what we'll do, right? So now we have a way. Oh, this is in the wrong one. Not the songs page. We want to do this on the songs view model. All right, perfect. And now what we can do is override on tap. And now we can do playlist manager or playback manager. So we'll do playback manager dot share dot play, and in here we can do a song in the group info, and I think that's the one I want. Let me double check the old one. I just want to make sure I play it back in the right context. But I think that's what I want to do. Is this the new one? No, this is the old one. So, oh, the song view model just did it based on the context, I believe. So I don't even have to override it. That's exactly what it would do. So I don't even have to override it. I like it. I'll let you, just in case you want to do something different. And I think I might, because this by default will not include songs that you thumb down. But, oh, and I don't have the concept of a current group info, do I? Oh, source.groupinfo. I'm not doing anything with offline yet, am I? That might complicate things, because I haven't done anything. Group info, yeah, I don't have offline group info yet. Darn it, I did not think this through all the way when I was redoing this. Offline stuff is going to be different for everything. So we'll just do, for now, song, and we'll just do that. All right. Now I do think we will override this on the artist. Not on an artist, on album we would. Because on an artist we don't care. We'll only play the songs you like. But if you go to an album and you tell it to play an album, we want to play everything. Even if you thumbs down it, because that shouldn't matter. So we only have the artist one. Let's just go with that. Oh, and I gotta tie that thing in. Let's go to the songs page. Where's songs page? Here's songs page. All right. Var let's do binding context as song view model. Oops, sorry, not that song view model. Songs view model. Hey, Sweeky, welcome. All right, so now we have our songs view model. Now we'll say if is not equal to null, we'll do song view model dot on tap song. Else, we'll fall back. All right, I like that. So now for our artist, it'll do this one, and for our songs, it'll do this one. So now we can completely change the context. Okay, so now we can go into an artist. I love how it's remembering what page we were on. That's so fun. All right, killers. So if I press Mr. Brightside, it's only going to play one song. We need to fix search so I can add more songs. Now this is going to reset all of our playback stuff. And I need to add the shuffle button because I have no way of getting all of our songs back in. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. We fixed this. I remember fixing this. This cannot, that can be null, so that should give us 0. Where are we at? Go here. So let's do what? What? Incorrect number of type of arguments. How is that possible? This crash is crazy. This is null? That is interesting. Is this set state happening? On buffering set state. I wonder if somehow this channel got removed, or this class, like this player got disposed, and it's still trying to buffer or do something interesting. Interesting. Okay, so on iOS we have our own. Because iOS has to do things a little differently. I want to check something on the iOS one. Okay, so iOS does funky things, overtakes things. Where's the buffer? How does buffer work if I don't do it there? I am confused. Oh, it just does a create procedure. It's not actually. So it's a sync procedure is the buffer one. All right. So then that creates it. So on sync proc, I wonder if I can do something to check if it is null. Because that's what's happening here. The handle then calls that. That is very interesting. Yeah, I think it's totally a race condition of switching between. It's interesting. I'm shocked it's not held in memory though. Oh, well it did do that, right? And let's check our playlist. Current playlist is one song. And it's playing. Alright, so let's go here, play one song. We should now have two songs. Oh, come on, too many breakpoints. Now I've got two songs playing in my head. Alright, so that did two songs now on our current playlist. So let's go to songs and add a third. Let's add a fourth and a fifth. Alright. Got that again! That's happening too much. Too often. I'm wondering the right way of detecting this. That's so trippy. How is this null? Hmm. Everything's null. I might need to do something to keep things in memory, to force it to. So this is supposed to do an unsubscribe. It does have a dispose. Is this disposable? I can't remember. Let's check that. Maybe I don't have a cleanup on this thing. I thought I did. That could be the problem. I'm not cleaning this thing up. No, it has a dispose. Does remove handles. That cleans everything up, makes them all null, frees them all. Alright, let's put some breakpoints in dispose, because this is really trippy. Let's find out when these things are killing and removed. Oh, I should have checked current players, because that's a static global thing. Alright, so if I go to our current playlist, and click on Mr. Brightside, it's trying to get some data. Might have done it. Stop and start. It should go faster than that. Let's give it a sec to make sure it's logged in. Found a tricky bug, guys. I found a really tricky bug. It's interesting, it's still waiting for data. Okay, it's playing. Why did tapping Mr. Brightside not do anything? Oh, I didn't hook up all the play events in that. Okay, let's go to previous stuff. I should make that thing tappable. Maybe we'll see the weird playback bug we were trying to fix anyway. Alright, so always. Okay, we're at the beginning. Oh wait, didn't I have a breakpoint on dispose? How'd that go away? Alright, so stuff is being disposed. Current players has 2. Move the breakpoint. Let's see if we can. Huh. Our playlist stuff's all working right. Very, very interesting, guys. Let's go tap on a song. Something interesting happens when I tap on a song and it cancels the old stuff. It's all working now. It's all working now. There we go. All right, so let's look at inside of here. How is current items missing? Okay, so what we'll do. Bass player dot. Okay, when you tap on a song, it's supposed to clear the playlist. It depends on where you tap from. If you tap in an album, yes, it's going to clear and start over. If you tap from the main song, it just adds it as the next song and or it just injects it into the playlist and plays it now. That way, when you do these one-off songs, it's not like, oh, I tapped on a song, now my music stopped, because that drives me nuts. So, wow, we have 4 bass players. 5. How do we have 5 of these guys? We're not supposed to have 5 of them. Well, that's very interesting. Why aren't these getting cleared out? They're not being disposed. That's part of my problem. Yeah, I have 5 of them. So is disposed never being called on these? So what's tricky about this is, let's find our references, right? Inside of our fade player, it's supposed to be killing these puppies. They're supposed to die right here. This thing forces them to have 2. When they are disposed, when they're disposed, we're supposed to clean everything up. I wonder if it's stuck in the dispose. All right, let's do something here. All right, so console.writeLine. I wonder if it's not making all the way through. Let's do this. Dot length or count. That's a list. All right. So now we'll say let's put some data in here. moving handles, and then let's change these to be that way I don't accidentally ship them. My app is pretty noisy as it is. All right. Okay, let's see what's going on with these guys. Maybe it's starting. I've had it before where it gets stuck in the callbacks of calling stop and things just get, depending on the state you're in, things just don't happen. So I wonder if it's something like that. All right, dispose is called. Although I don't know why dispose was called. No, the queue stream's too noisy. Okay, removing handles. Disposed. All right, so it definitely disposed one. Okay, let's put a breakpoint in. I actually want to. I know this is going to be painful to do it, but let's go to the fade player. I want to know whenever we're ejecting one and why. And then I'm also going to put one at the bottom of the bass player for when it's finished. All right, so the player queue. Oops. QUEUE. Why can't it see it in this one? So item. It's always that's being ejected. But it should only be ejected if there's more than two. It should allow two of them. All right, that's going to call dispose. And current players, there's two of them now. That should be right. Now it's ejecting Taylor Swift's blank space. Okay, going backwards is trickier than going forward because when you go forward, it's constantly prepping the next song. So it's going to eject it, then re-add it back in. Maybe I should allow 3 players just to prevent weirdness with that. That's how I do it with the downloaders. Okay. Now how many songs do we have to go? Emo is, okay, so we're here. If I skip one, wait, we're not getting any more of these disposes, are we? Okay, no, we are. Only one. So it's going to prepare and add another one. Why? Maybe it's only when you click fast. Okay, let's go into the bass player. Maybe when you do things too fast, it freaks it out. Hey, I just got a follow. Thanks. I cannot pronounce that. Pujolius. That was fun. Okay, I need to make sure I can actually see those. Move to this window. Okay. All right, so let's see. Oh, that's still being called, and there's only one. How did I get 4? Ah, Lewis works. Why, hello, Lewis. This is so weird. You saw there were 4. How did we ever get 4? I don't know how to dispose. This is crazy, because the fade player has a fixed size queue. As soon as there's 2 of them, more than 2, the third one gets kicked out and disposed. We're watching that happen. And it's working now. But whenever that thing breaks, it doesn't work. course, when that breaks. All right, let's go tap on something. Maybe it's only when you tap. Maybe it does something different. All right. So let's go to a song. That I Miss You. It's when I tap. I should have checked which song was being disposed. That is tricky. Okay, so what's the difference then when I tap? Yeah, I can print the cue. We can do all kinds of stuff like that. My question though is, do you see what I mean? Why when I tap, it breaks something? All right, we'll do it in multiple places. So let's go. Okay, we know how to repo it. Songs view model. No, it's not this one. It is songs page. It's this one. So when we go here, we click play. So play something that goes to the songs, and it's going to do play now. This is the one where it happens. We don't need a breakpoint here because this is where it starts doing stuff with the player. So this does play song, it does this one, and then says next track. So let's see when it touches the player. None of that stuff touches the player. Prepare next track does. It's going to call cue. Okay, so it cues the next song. And then let's go back to where we just were. That where we were? Play song. Okay, go back again. All right, and the next track is going to happen, and this is where it's going to actually do something. So I might need to clean up some of this stuff to where I do this all in one swift thing instead of talking the player multiple times. Maybe it's not trying to clean the playlist because we just inject it in. We followed that through already. I think it's something with here. I bet it's gonna be something tricky in here with this cleanup song. It's probably cleanup song. Nope, cleanup song does nothing. Never mind, it's not cleanup song. Okay, let's follow through this. Actually, I should have added these breakpoints later. Actually, we'll just click through a couple songs, see if we can. So once we've been playing stuff, we click through. Maybe I'm not doing something I'm supposed to on cleanup song. I should go look at what it's supposed to. It did something in the old one, so maybe yes. Maybe I'm missing something. Oh, that fires a lot. Look how many times that's firing. I did click on back a bunch. And I've got 2 songs playing. Yeah, I totally broke it. Alright, I have 1 song playing now. Alright, so let's go over and click a new song. Let's click Feeling This. Let's walk through what happens. Alright, so it's already. No, that play next was supposed to cue it, right? Async void. Async void. It could be a race condition. We could have a race condition. This is why async voids are bad. This is why async voids are bad. Alright, so let's follow this through and see what's happening. Alright, this is an async void. Alright. I know! I use them sometimes because sometimes they're fine, and sometimes they're not fine. Alright. Ha ha ha, joke's on me! Alright, so we'll play this song. No, this one's a task. This one's a void. I bet it's a race condition. Let's go to this. Let's find everywhere this is done. Bum ba dum. No big deal. No big deal, guys. We got this. Alright. So this did some stuff to prep this song and get into the right place. Although actually it didn't matter because the wait prepare next should have. Oh yeah, we might not have even had it queued or anything yet. I use async avoid. It's needed sometimes. I mean, we all do it. We all need to. An async void is inside this class. This class should not have async voids. It shouldn't. The async voids should not live in your library stuff. They should live in your UI. That's where it makes sense. Doing that broke everything. What's our current playlist? What did I break? Awaiting that broke everything. Okay, let's see what's going on there. Some things I expect to happen asynchronously and not await things because I just want to fire and forget. Dang it! Okay. Put some breakpoints in here. Prepare next track. I hope by awaiting I didn't cause any sort of... Alright, see what happens. Not fun. Where's my current playlist? No, not that one. I have a current playlist. Tapping on those we know does nothing. I haven't built that yet. But I should have a current song. Unless I paused it, I could have done that. Let's tap on one. Maybe I didn't break everything. Maybe I just think I broke everything. Like me stopping partway through, I could have had an unknown current track, which means we wouldn't have anything. I bet that's what I did. Alright, it was probably me. Actually, let's go fix the current playlist. This will make it easier. We added that to make this easier to debug. Let's do... What's that stupid uneven rows? As uneven rows true. Let's add that in there so they don't look ridiculous. And once we do that, footer. I don't have a footer. I could use a footer. Let's throw has uneven there. Let's do something for on row tap. That's where the real issue happens, right? So we need to have, we'll data bind it. We have a view model. So on these need it's an I something. Oh, what's the name of the, I'll remember. It is, why can't I remember what I make to freaking bind these things? No, I don't want to tie in that way. It's the, I rarely do bindings. It's like a button click. You bind to, can't remember the name. Let's see if it'll help me if I do it in here. If I do it in XAML. Command! Thank you, Sweeky. I could not remember the name of a command. The I command. Oh, man. So can't you bind these things to, is it selected item? Yeah, I know. I'm sorry, guys. I don't use commands like ever. Uh, okay, I'm gonna be lame and I'm gonna Google this. Xamarin.Forms. It's just selected item. I just do a binding on that. I know. I just don't like the binding stuff sometimes. Forms list bind selected item. I wanted the command though. Isn't there something with the command? Maybe we always wanted a command, but we never had one. You can't data bind them. Yeah. Is that what it is? You can't do commands. That's why I couldn't remember what it is, because there is no commands. Alright, I don't get to do a command. Sorry, guys. Item selected. Gesture recognizer? No, that's too far. That's way too far. I'm not gonna add gesture recognize to each of the. The problem is, it's going to add a bunch of those to every cell, and I don't want to add a bunch of tap stuff I don't need. Doing the item selector with an event, I can make a command if I wanted. So we'll just do this. It would work. What you are saying would work. Oh, come on. Autocomplete did not fill that out for me. All right, and we'll delete this stuff. All right. Yeah, it will work. It would totally work. But if I bind a selected item, it's not. That would work, Sweeky. You're right. But now I have to do a get set thing on there and then just trigger something off that. That would work. I do events. I'm lame. Don't run an event in there, guys. I'm doing it. That's how I roll. I love my events. I actually loathe events. So that's even funnier. Um, yeah, it would. You're right. My view model does have all of that magic in there. Should we do that? All right, all right. I'll do it. You're right, Sweeky. I wrote all that magic for a reason. Squeaky wins. Squeaky wins. So binding. Okay, yeah, that'll do that. I might do events. I don't know. I'm trying to think if this will even work. I'm trying to map it through in my head. Kind of more code. Might be more code. Public. Selected item. All right, so this. Make sure I'm doing that right. Oh, did I close the XAML? Come on. Yeah, that's what I call it. Selected item. Copy and paste to make sure. Object selected item. This. Oh, my base view model does not. Nope. Nope, not that one. Which one is it? Which one gives us the magic? Is it just view model? Base model. Base model is the one I want. All right, so proc property changed, and inside of here, I will do ref selected item value. Done. All right, so now what I can do is this dot subscribe to property name of. Yeah, I don't know if I like this way as much. I mean, because if I'm doing this, I don't know if I should even subscribe. That's kind of an overhead. Hey, thanks! Thanks a lot, Lewis! Or is it Lewis? I know quite a few Lewises that are also spelled with Lewis. Don't know if I should use the American pronunciation or not. Alright. I might go with the events wiki. I think this week's going to be cleaner. I think the event's going to be a lot cleaner. Sorry. Vetoed. I'm going back. Yeah. All right. Let's go over and go to the current view model. No, not this one. Yeah, that was this one. Events win. I like the event way. Bindings are fancy, but sometimes you just end up writing more code than just making it work. All right, so now if he does yeah, you can put a lot of stuff in your view models to do that, and I had some stuff in there, but I don't know. All right. Now we'll just do view model dot. Actually, all we have to do. This is going to get the wrong index if I do it that way. What I did before is my playback manager can just say play a song at a specific index. The problem is this stuff's going to be wrong if I remember right. Let's look at this. Xamarin.Forms does something really weird, and I talked to him and filed the bug. It's not performant. It's a little jump through hoops thing to where when you select an item, it knows the index. It then goes to the list, gets the item. Then once it has the item, it then goes back and says, hey, what's the index? And my stuff just says, well, I'm not going to waste the time to look this index up. You already know. However, selected index is -1 because I don't want to play their nonsense. So I could on this one do their stupid hit. Where's the -1? So now playback manager dot share dot. I don't have a way to get the index back. Yeah, it's just dumb to do this like jump through hoops thing. So I just say I'm not going to play your hoops game, and I just send -1 because I don't care. And I'm not going to go look it up from my database again. Why in the world would I do that? Because so they need to actually not populate it and ask me what it is, just use because they already know what it is. So I've talked to, I don't know if I filed the bug. I know I talked to Sam about it. We need to get that fixed because it's stupid. Very stupid. All right, so ignore that. let's, I think we're just gonna have to do, no, because that's gonna change. If I play that song, it's gonna move it. Ah, hmm. All right, let's look at our playback manager. We're gonna have to implement this on our playback manager. We're gonna need to ask the playback manager to know what index it is, which is dumb. Unless, all right, we're gonna make our view model. We're gonna do a hack. We're gonna hack this. It's not clean, but it'll work. Actually, it is clean. It's gonna be faster. That's what I worry about. It's not clean, but it's faster. Public, no, we don't need anything. So dictionary, string, int. Oh, yeah, because if you tap on it, you've scrolled to it, so we know it's index. Hey, I heard a note. Sweeky, you cheered. Thank you. All right, guys, we're being very sneaky. All right, so what we're going to do now, we're going to need to change this. Oh, no. S dot. I think that's what I want. No. S, it's right there. Literally right there. Oh, it's because that's really confusing it. Can't use both. All right, so what we're going to do is whenever we get a song, we're going to cache that index. All right, you following me? We'll clear it whenever the notifications change. So now, or actually, we'll just do the object. Now, I like the idea of this string song ID. So now we'll do song. It's always going to be a song. So we should cast. Okay, dot ID. Now, bam. All right, so now when we tap, should work. Let's try it. That is sneaky. All right. Sometimes you got to work around stuff you don't like. So I don't want to have to go look that up. To look that up, I have to hit the database, and I have to figure things out and sort through a database. Like, all right, so we're on the current playlist. So if I tap on one, I should now. Oh no. E dot. No, I don't want this. I just want E. E selected index is right. Okay, would I be able to use link magic that does indexes? So on this thing, I don't have any of this, very little of this stuff's in memory. So what I do, let's look at how this stuff works. That maybe if I explain it, I'll show you why I think this is better. And maybe I'm wrong, so maybe you guys will have a better idea. So we have a list of indexes, right? Current order. This is, what this correlates to is a database. Now, so inside the database, we will hit to get like this. Let's say play song at current index, right? So if we look at this thing, what it does is it's going to get the current song index, and it has a get song at that index. What it does is it first goes and gets to our current order, gets the song at that index. Now that correlates to a totally different list, completely different one. This list is songs ordered, which is inside the database, which is the indexes. Now the reason there's two different ones, shuffle. Shuffle screws with us a lot. So if you're shuffling and then you unshuffle, the playlist needs to go back to the original order. It has to. So when I shuffle, I don't shuffle this table here. This table is the real order of the songs. When I shuffle, I just shuffle my list in memory. I actually do save that thing off and then bring it back. So that way I just write it out to a file as a disk. Yeah, I shouldn't shuffle the table. And the problem is, like, if you're listening to an album and you had shuffle and you're like, oh, I didn't want shuffle, unshuffle, it has to revert back to that album order. And how do I do that if I shuffled that list, that table? So I have two things. Right now, the one lives on a file instead of in the database. I might even move it to the database, but it's just a file. So it's just a file of ints, and it's just serialized, and then I just reload it. So yeah, it's tricky. And so to do this lookup, I have to do a lookup to the one in memory, then go look it up from the database to get the song ID, and then from the song ID, I'd have to, how do I look that song ID up? So I'd have to go look the song ID up to find out its row index, to then go look that up inside of a different one. That's ridiculous. Doing all of that, yeah, it's too many hoops. Whereas if I do it in the view model, the view model is just going to, and if I wanted to, I have my Q dictionaries, right? Fixed size dictionary. So let's say I don't want to have 1,000 things in memory. I can say 20. Now it'll never hold more than 20 items. So as you're scrolling, we don't need all 6,000 things in memory. You only need what's visible on the screen. If I say 20, it'll only keep track of 20. This is why I use my little fancy classes all over the place, like the fixed size. Very useful to say, oh, let's limit memory usage. MVC guys, please pack your stuff. Yeah, the problem is, I use MVC. I actually love the MVC pattern. This is a modified MVVM style. It doesn't do exactly what everyone else does because I don't want everything in memory. And I want to be able to use the database. My database is my view model. So, yeah, I'm not afraid to do some hacks to make my things faster and my code cleaner. And this is a cool hack for that. It doesn't really make it cleaner code, but it does make it faster. Way faster. And that performance is king. I'm sorry. I don't care what anyone else says. Performance is king. So we don't need the selected index now. So let's say what we'll do here. Actually, I'm going to save my table off because I like doing... All right. Problem is I like deselecting it. Okay, so that will deselect it. So we'll say, now we can just say playback. So actually I'll say if e dot selected item equals null, return. Don't care. So now we have a thing. Yeah, perf matters. That's really what I care about. I will write ugly, dirty code for performance reasons. That's why you'll notice that everything is bound to my database. Our view models are directly bound to our view. I mean, it's all directly bound to the database because memory. I don't want to pull everything into memory. I want to query the database as needed. So this database source does everything for us. This is what I care about. Let it deal with everything and do it fast and cache things aggressively and clear them out aggressively. Yeah. All right. So selected item. Now we'll just say playback manager. Dot shared. Oh, come on. I shouldn't have to hit that twice. I need to file that bug. Dot shared. Dot play song at index. All right. E dot index. Yeah, the only thing I care about is performance in the end. and writing as little code as possible because that's the least I have to maintain. So I will do things to minimize my code and minimize or maximize performance. All right, I like it. This should be good. Okay. Also, if you guys have questions or if you do have suggestions, I will try things you guys say. Like I said, I tried going the selected index, but I liked in the end, I still like doing the event instead. But I have no problem trying, or let's talk through and see, and I'll explain why I like things the way I like them. All right, so now tap always. Mix. Uh-oh, uh-oh. No! Index of. Say what? Index of null is is it asking me null? Null. Okay. Got me. Me setting it to null caused it to trigger look up the index, caused it to go boom. Actually, I care more about performance than I do code size, but code size in simple code typically does make it more performance. All right. Null checks. Get you. All right. Perfect. Play. So let's go tap on a song. So if I tap on, yeah, you're close enough. Actually, I think that is right because the then by is what trumps it. So performance, you are actually technically right. It just looks weird. But I think you're right. All right. It's playing. Let's tap a new song here. This does not cause triggering any of our stuff. The play by index is all it does when you go forward and back. So that stuff is good. So now let's remember what we were really hunting down. We're hunting down. I click on a random song here, and it goes boom. All right, so I need to put some breakpoints in. Man, it's so easy to forget what you're working on. All right, so this. Oh, actually, we put some awaits in there, and we think awaiting it might have fixed it. It didn't go boom. It was awaiting. It was the async void. Let's put some more in there. Or remove some breakpoints. Let me stop my other music. Yes! Race condition is fixed! Race conditions. They get even the best of us, guys. Oops, nope. And our current playlist is looking good. And I can tap on Shake It Off. And now if I press next, it should go to blank space. Yes. Thumbs up. Oh, that doesn't trigger that. UI glitch, guys. All right. Let's look at that. When I thumbs up something, it doesn't turn off the thumbs down. No, that should have. That should have. No, I know why, because it has to go and make the API request first. Maybe we can fix that. Let's look at now playing stuff. I want to fix that because that's going to bug me. No, it's not common. You rarely go from a thumbs down to a thumbs up unless you're testing. Then you do it all the time. Okay, so thumbs down. Now playing view model, thumbs down. All right. Current song. Now thumbs up does the same thing. Thumbs up goes and hits this guy, which does set rating for that song. So this triggering that should cause that to go instantly. It's not. I know why. I know why. This uses the base view model stuff, right? All right. Here's where my magic stuff comes back in. So oh, no, that doesn't work right. All right. This is where binding is actually useful. Cases like this. property changed, and it is the ref rating, comma, value. Now it should work. Because those are bound directly to that value. Okay. So we're going to thumbs down it. Oop, now I'm used to swiping back. We'll go back. Whoa, thumbs downing it skipped twice. That's an issue. So if I thumbs up it, why didn't that trigger it? All right, let's go look at that. Doing that should have, I thought. Oh, do we not have that data bound? Maybe it's not data bound. I thought it was. All right, oh no, set binding, right here. Do I need to do anything to set this two-way in here? Or is it binding value mode? Let's go to the mode. Let me hit enter because this is getting too big. Too big. Whoa, whoa. Mode. Dot. Is it the one way I want? No, I think it's this one, right? Indicates the binding should only propagate changes from the source. I think that's what I needed. And then I need to do that to thumbs up too. All right, let's try that. And then we need to see why thumbs down skips twice. Oh, I bet I know why. Let's jump through this. So thumbs down. It's going to do, manager's going to do thumbs down. And I wonder if it does a double. I'm doing it twice. The view model is also doing next check when it doesn't need to. That's all we need. Much better. Now we'll only skip once. Let's stop and start that. Did I stop and start it? It's too fast. Well, that's exciting, guys. We've now fixed 2 bugs, I think. Find out. Run, run, run. Build app, go. And we should go check insights. Or not insights. Man, I'm old. All right. Let's go to here. Go to apps. We have 2 apps in here. Created a gMusic org just to keep my things separated. All right, so let's go to, that's going. gMusic apps. Oh, I need to go /applications. So we're on iOS. And analytics should be doing something. We have an active user, guys. We got data. Data is flowing. Do I have events flowing? And I have events flowing. Oh, you weren't here for the beginning, Sweeky. I added App Center in. I didn't do builds yet, but I did add App Center in. So we got data flowing in. Play was only pressed once, but previous and next were pressed a lot. All right. And we can see the log flow as it's doing stuff. All right, but okay. App's up. Let's thumbs down that. Oh, that's broken. Oh no, why is everything thumbs down? Something really weird's going on there. Okay. One way was probably wrong. I'm wondering if that's wrong. See, binding is hard. It's never easy. Never easy. When you do a set state, when things change, it's like magic. It just works because you know what happens. Whereas bindings, regularly, like, well, why isn't this propagating? Why isn't that propagating? Okay, so here's what we're gonna do, because that's obviously, that mode totally broke things. Mode broke everything. All right, so let's tie into that really called view model? Wow. Okay, why is it called view model here? Let's rename that. That's gonna be confusing. I have a view model, guys. How'd that ever happen? Oh, I bet I know. I refactored the wrong thing when I refactored once. Let's rename this one. I totally renamed the wrong thing. There we go. Okay, so what we're gonna do is view model. Why is my typing going so slow? I need to restart Visual Studio. I have been coding for a while. Ooh, it's using 300% of my CPU. That's normal, right? Subscribe. This is using the wrong. Dun dun dun. That should be doing everything. That should propagate through. Anyone have any thoughts? What am I doing wrong with this binding? And I might restart Visual Studio because this is getting out of hand. Let's close the solution first. Yeah, I'm just gonna quit Visual Studio all the way. Oh wait, why was Visual Studio? Right, it's loading. It can take time. It can. All right, let's go. Those new 8-core MacBook Pros are looking really, really nice right now. I am tempted. I may have to upgrade. Okay, so let's let this load. It's funny, you're always in that pursuit of like the faster, better machine. Every time it's like, oh, the one I had was pretty good. Now you're like, I want something faster. Especially when you're sitting here right now. Go faster. Go faster. All right, and now my size it forgot. The newer builds, it doesn't forget my size of my text, but I'm on a stable build. 300%! I only have 4 cores, so that's using a lot. Oh no, don't quit. Cancel. Wrong button. All right. So let's clean the build and let's try again. Because is there anything special I'm missing with that binding? We'll put a breakpoint on that rating after we load because I don't want to every song getting pulled out of the database will hit that. So we'll go to the rating. Where was rating? Rating right here. All right, so let's load it first. Am I building? Let's build. Then once it's up, we'll put a breakpoint there. I need to unify my view models and my base model. They both have slightly different ways of hooking into stuff. Maybe we'll do that next. Okay. It's building, yeah. I'll go there to show you what I'm talking about. So I have a base model, which has all my fancy event nonsense on it. That's all that's on it. My fancy event stuff. And I have my base view model, which has its own implementation of that right now. It's called view model base. There's the base view model. Oh, maybe it's in view models, not models. There it is. Base view model. Yeah, that's from when I was redoing things. So I need to change that. Be really easy to do. And then I can delete all this stuff because this stuff's not needed anymore. Okay. Is it done yet? All right, we're up. We're live. What were we checking? Oh, right, thumbs up, thumbs down. If I thumbs down that, always. All right, let's put a breakpoint. Not cool. Not cool, people. Not cool. It is coming in and it is sending that off. And they're both. Now playing. Oh no, that's not playing page. Let's look now playing view model. Oh. Now playing view model. This one. Found it. Alright. It has base view model, so it has I notified property change. Current song changes, it does that. Aren't these supposed to nest too deep for me automatically? Because it did on start. Oh, move that breakpoint because that's going to fire like crazy as it loads from the database. All right, so, but now it's right. Let's switch songs. It's right. Maybe that was my confusion. But then toggling this one should do that one. No, now none of them are changing. All right, let's go look at the binding context. The best way to find out is if we go into helpers. Where did I put that stupid thing? somewhere I have the binding thingamajigger. Let's go back to the now playing page. And we can go to declaration. All right. This thing. If I thumbs up that, it's not firing. Why? Why? It's never firing. And this thing is back. I need to figure out what that thing is. That thing's gonna kill me. I think it's still a race condition because I call off into C++ library, tell it to do stuff, and then it calls back as it's buffering. And I think it's being called back saying it's buffering. But this thing is null. I don't know what else to try. We'll throw that in there with a breakpoint in case that happens again. So on the now playing, it's something with the binding. 8 data binding. This is why. This is why. It's supposed to do nested stuff because both of these, the song and the view model and the rating, I mean all of those have iNotify property changed. Why isn't it calling that to look it up as I click next through the songs? And the current song changed. Let's do binding mode dot two-way. I don't even know what else to say. Because that thing should be firing like crazy as I switch songs. It's firing. It's firing. I didn't mean to press pause. All right. It's firing. Oops, didn't mean to pause again. Two-way. I need to set it to two-way. Now, the only thing I have an issue with is when it does a convert back, it sets it. Let's make sure that didn't break anything. Where does this thing live? It's just in data? I don't even know where to put it. I should put a converters folder. All right, so views. Now playing. Let's do this to the thumbs up as well. All right. So now when we do this, we'll do view model thumbs up. I worry if it triggers, it's going to set that value before I get to. Which means it's gonna, that's why I didn't want it setting the value. Maybe I do the set to just equal to itself. No, see, that's exactly it. It's already set the rating to 1 for me. So we're going to do this so it does wrong. I think that's going to be right. No, I don't want it setting. Maybe convert back always sends back the value. No, that could be wrong too. Let's try this. Do you guys see the problem that I'm running into? When you have too much magic of it sending things back and forth, it sets the object back. I then need to know what the state is to then pass that thing along. I could just assume that it's right. Okay, now that's going to thumbs up because it's opposite. Now if I unthumbs up it, hey Kim, thanks for joining. We're just fighting data binding and the implications there of data binding. If I thumbs down, that'll thumbs down right. Oh. Okay, something's up. Okay. Yeah, data binding's being evil, as magic can be at times. The problem is with my converters. I think I've got it figured out now. Hey, that disposing stuff was tricky. It still is. How'd I have 4 of them? It should have been impossible. All right, let's look at our playlist. Make sure we know where we're at. So we're at Shake It Off. Next song is Blank Spaces. I press next. Okay, so Blank Spaces has a thumbs up. So, wait, it went away! What is going on there? I'm about to ditch data binding. For one, that's... It's blinking! It's blinking! It's freaking blinking! It says convert back. All right, Kim. No, it's something is firing. That's the problem. It is firing. I set it to two-way, and it's blinking because it's setting the value opposite, so it's being set in a never-ending loop. Son of a... I know exactly what's happening. This is why magic can be evil. All right, Kim, maybe you can answer this question on data binding. So if I leave the data binding as default, I don't want two-way. I truly want one-way. I want one-way from the source. The problem is if I have it on one-way, wait, one-way to source indicates the binding should only propagate changes from target to source. I don't think I want that one. I want it so when my data model changes, it updates. That would be one-way, right? When I do one-way, nothing freaking works. Nothing. Let's hit this down so it's easier to find. Not one-way, okay? So let's check this puppy out. Now this is data binded from the view model. So let me show you how this is working. So we have a view model with the current song. When the current song changes, it has a property on it called rating. When the rating changes, both the thumbs up and thumbs down are data bound to that. It's working now. Now if I go to the next song, okay, those are working. Now if I this one's on thumbs down. If I thumbs up it, it goes through, it procs the, it's working now. I was doing this on the stream and this was not working. Hey, Mats, you're here too. It was not working. The rest of the stream can attest. The one way was not working. Wait. Okay. My thumbs down blank spaces. It's not working. The thumbs down is wrong. Look. And now as I navigate through, thumbs down's not updating. And if we go to the converter, it doesn't even call. Boom, broken again. Data binding is evil at times. No, I never update the binding. It's all being done through iNotify property changed. I set the binding in code once. This is on view constructor. Mind-blowing. I'm going to just say screw data binding on this thumbs up button because it's very weird. What about the control image button thing? It's just using a data binding thing. It just has a Boolean. So there's nothing fancy in there. But we'll go to it. So my button, I have an image toggle button, which has an on and off image. And it just sets the state. State is set whenever those are toggled or whenever the state changes via data binding. So this magic stuff here. Toggled false. Oh, there's lots of these different ones because almost every button on here is those. Guys, I'm so annoyed. So annoyed. All right, we're going to move some stuff to the view model, and I'm going to do it the real way, at least my way. Okay, so we're going to call thumbs down. We are going to undata bind this nonsense. I don't know what else to say. Public action. I can't just have a Boolean because it's a rating. It's a 1 to 5. I could do thumbs up Boolean instead of having the data binder, but that shouldn't matter because that's what this does. It says if it's 1 or if it's 5, it's thumbs up. I mean, the true is if it's 5 or not. If not, it's off. So there's nothing that should matter on that. We're just going. I'm done. I'm done. Going at it old school. Magic is good until it's not. Actually, I don't even need to do that there. I like it till it's you can't trace down what's going on under the hood. The moment I can't debug what's going on, I'm over it. I'm gonna throw some Ariana Grande out here. Over it. I blame this developer. It could be me. I'm not saying it's not. You know what? We're gonna keep going back the way I was doing it. Never mind. All right. So what we're just going to do is whenever this puppy changes, if it actually changed, song changed, invoke. Perfect. All right. Now what we're going to do is inside of our now playing stuff, we're just going to hook into that thingy. View model dot song changed equals, and we're going to set some state. We're going to put a new thing down here. Void set state. Perfect. So now you are going to call set state. Perfect, perfect. Now here you are going to say, all right, now playing, what we'll do is, thank you next, that's what I was thinking of. That's the one I'm thinking of. Seven Rings, right? No, 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 that's a different one. Thank You Next is the one I was thinking of. I know my songs. All right. I can do that one on the Seven Rings. I can totally do that on Beat Saber, though. Just saying. All right. All right. So what we'll do here is thumbs down button dot stay. Or no, dot. What do I even call it? We were just looking at that thing. I call it I toggled. That's what it was. All right. Dot toggled equals current. Let's do this once. Oh, no, sorry, view model. All right, current song. So now we'll say song dot rating equals 1, and then thumbs up button dot toggled equals song dot rating equals 5. Now, what we're gonna do is let me put a semicolon there so that'll be happy. What we're gonna do, set state. Bam. Like a boss. Where's the thumbs up one? Let's ditch this stupid converter. Where's the converter at? Or the thumbs up. Set binding. Done. Set bindings. Dead. Did you beat Saber on an Odyssey? Oh, is that the Windows mixed reality thing? Nice. I really think I want to get the new Oculus, the complete. I play when I'm at home. I play wireless anyway. I have my Vive and my Vive Pro, which are wireless. But I think, oops, didn't mean to leave the song or leave the thing. All right, so let's thumbs up this thing. Thumbs down. Check it out. It's working every time. Dang it! Oh, it was slow, but it worked. Okay, I might do set state twice. The reason is I want it to toggle the other one instantly, and then when it's done, it's an extra set state, but I'd rather have it right because the API calls are going to take a minute to then reset it. Boom. Thumbs up works every time. Binding, I don't know why it was failing me. It was evil. But no more. No more. All right. Yeah, I think I want the new Oculus Quest though, because it seems kind of cool for traveling. Wait a minute. I miss you. We also need to set state on startup at the very bottom. Do that there. Yep. Need initial state. Good call. And now if anything else misbehaves, we'll just use our set state. All this stuff is smart, and if I hit the same value again, it's not going to trigger any of the UI updates anyway. So I don't have to worry about all this stuff firing needlessly, because if everything's already in the right state, it's just in the right state, and off we go. So yeah, it's not a problem setting these, which is really nice. All right, so now I miss you is thumbs up. Beautiful, guys. Oops, I didn't mean to. Wait a minute. Okay, no, that did work. That's perfect. I'm happy. We have fixed state. I still need to fix that weird crash we're getting sometimes. See if we can trigger it again. Oh. UI is not okay. Oh, not this. We can't trigger it that way. We know that. Let's go add new songs. Yes! It's totally happening. The question is, why is this? It's not going to crash, but this should never freaking happen. So let's see how many of these things exist. And if I have like 4 of them again, I'm going to be upset. I have 5. I don't know if I want to fix this right now. We have a band-aid, but I don't like the band-aid. I need to find out why we have 5 players. What's the song on this thing? So, greatest hits? No, fade player called disposed. It does, because if we go to the fade player, it's Q. So let's go playback dot is it called fade player? It's called player. Player dot which one? Play Q. Why wouldn't it eval that? Yeah, so I'm calling, we could do that. The thing is, I don't know what gets me into the states where these don't dispose. Actually, if we go back through the history, can you search this? We can. So let's search for, because we added a bunch of debug, we already added a bunch of stuff. Disposing, so stopped, removed handles, disposed. All right, so one of these is going to be like disposed with a bunch. Disposed 1. Disposed 1. Okay, let's find the next ones. Let's just go this way. So I'm guessing at some point, let's go here and search up. Removing handles. It never, wait, it never continued. It got stuck removing handles. Removing handles. All right, found the issue. That's why they're hanging out. So this thing is locked. So it's the underlying library causing it. So I need to find out when it's, oh, I wish I was still debugging. I would just go to another one. Luckily, this is a very thin wrapper class. It only communicates with the native library, so these hanging out isn't the end of the world. But I need to know why it's locked on this remove sync. Actually, where it's blown up at. Maybe it's on the free stream. All right, let's see if we can get it back in that state. We are making progress, guys. Making progress. We're gonna hunt it down. We know where the problem's at. I wonder if we can do one. All right, we're gonna throw something in here. Let's put a nice. All right. Let's put a timeout on this. All right. So what we're going to do is remove. Dang it! It's async. We're doing an async void, guys. Var remove handles task equals task dot run. I'm doing it. I don't care. Doing it. What could go wrong? You weren't on earlier when I had a bug that was completely caused by an async void. No, that's not right. What am I doing? All right. Hey, this one's not going to go wrong time. This is going to be good. I promise. I promise. All right. So now what we will do is await task dot when any. This should happen like instantly. Um. Uh, it is the best audio, but I used it. I did it before you said it in chat. Yeah, I love that one. All right. Task dot delay. This is how I let things time out, or at least tell me when things took too long. We'll give it 1 second. Wait, you couldn't hear it? Is the audio not working? What's going on? Oh no, that's the wrong one. I want that one muted. Hold on. My audio is It's alright. I can fix audio. I can fix audio. Let me desktop audio. Yeah, it's not working. But that's easy to fix. Alright. Okay, ready?
60%
Fixed
of the
it.
time, it works every time.
Always audio bugs. Always, guys. It's back! I totally pushed the button. Alright, so we're going to put a 1 second delay. Now what we can do here is var t equals. So now if t is not equal to removes handles task, all right. So then the next time we'll do another one to see what's going on. We'll put a breakpoint inside of the remove tasks. All right, we're good. This is going to work. I hope. Oh man, I should have been using my sounds on our whole like killing off the data binding.
Homie, don't play that.
Got good ones for that. All right. So now we're going to skip a bunch. Oh, we got it! We got it! It took longer than a second. All right, so let's go to remove handles. Now we're going to step through this. No, I know it took longer that time. All right, but either way, put breakpoints on everyone. Sometimes that's more reliable than stepping because of other things firing. All right. Removing's working. Are you kidding me? So it's the clear. It's the free stream. Hey, it's working. It's not causing us issues. I haven't fixed the bug we're looking for, but my little thing is working. It's telling us when it broke. It told us. No, but that one's freeing. Son of a... What is hanging this thing up? All right. We'll do a breakpoint there next time. It's not broken. Well, at least it wasn't my code that's broken, guys. It's someone else's. It's someone else's library that's hanging. All right, actually, we need our breakpoint back in our dispose. Because I want to know when this guy fires. Music got lame. Fix the music. All right. If it crashes, it's not my fault. This is the problem. Using third-party libraries, they're great, and then stuff like this happens. You're like, oh, what's going on? And it works great most of the time. And then this happens. All right. All right, the next one. Ready? We're going to press next. Okay, no. Is this thing really not exiting? It is exiting. Well, that... All right. Hmm. It's not doing it this time. Why did it fix? I wonder if sometimes that just takes a while. Too much music playing at once. Disposing's not stuck anymore. Now it is. Eventually it caught up. Let's put a breakpoint there this time. And now let's find out how many of these things there are. There's only two. I think it eventually catches up. Eventual consistency. Huh. Maybe it's not a problem, guys. Maybe it's eventual consistency. You guys know that best eventual consistency one with like the cat and the guy reaching down and grabbing the cat? I think that's what we're fighting. Because eventually it's good. Okay, let me find it. Let me find it. Oh yeah, here it is. I'm bringing this one over. This is like the best explanation of, wrong one, of eventual consistency. All right, can you read it? So the kitten's stuck in the tree. Do you think I can climb up there? No need. And he grabs the cat from the bottom. And then he's like, Kitty, but the cat's still there. And she's like, wait, what? There's two cats. Wait, there's two. Yes, but no, just a bit out of sync. Check again. And then he grabs that cat and brings it up. It's the best explanation of eventual consistency. I love this one. I'll just paste this right here. It's someone's tweet. So you can see it better in your own screens. But it is a great explanation of eventual consistency. All right. This is really, really weird. What I think I'm going to do is let's ditch this and let's go back from our async void. And we're just going to call this thing back to how it was. Excuse me. And I am going to, instead of doing this, we are going to just track. Luckily, we have insights now. So what is this thing called? We have this equals null. We are going to, let's log this. Report to exception. This thing is And we will also pass in the count. Oops, wrong one. Actually, we'll do that. We're not going to do that as that. We are going to then do don't I have one where I can pass in request text? No, I thought I had one. I thought I had report one. Maybe we'll create a new one. Go to definition, at an I'm wondering if that'll be useful. So I don't want the exception to have, actually, can I just do user data on that? I know I could on insights. Data equals and this one is current players dot count. Oh no, I need to do, is it this? I'm trying to remember that syntax. There we go. There we go. Now that should pass that data in. I hope it does on insights. I don't know if it does in App Center. We're just going to assume it does. All right. Oh, wait. Let's add something better. All right, now we know exactly what that error is, so I can track that and see how often it's happening as I play, and I don't need breakpoints there to distract me. We'll just track this and see what happens and if it eventually catches up. You know, one other thing I could do, let's do something else to see if it's eventual consistency. Find references. All right. Static int. All right, so let's do something with this player count. Let's see if this is what's actually happening. So if player count, trying to think the right way of doing this. Okay, so we will say if player count equals trying to think the right way to do. So I want to do something to where I track. Whenever we add a new player, we check the count. If the last count, if the player count gets like higher than like 3, it should never get higher than 2. In a perfect world, it should never go over 2. So we'll say if it goes over 3, because we were seeing 4 and 5. I want to do a check. If it's over 3 or 4, it's over 3, do something, and then the next time, if it's less than, if it's gone down since the last one, is greater than 3. Trying to think how to do that right, what that logic would be. I'm going to open up a window a little bit. Hopefully this doesn't mess with my lighting. I'm getting too hot. It is a very sunny day in Anchorage, Alaska. What would a normal alert command do? I don't have very many commands. My bots are lame. I think that works. Bots, oh, okay. I didn't even make it print them out. Yeah, I don't have many commands yet. My commands are lame. All right. So I'm wondering if we can log if the account ever goes over a certain amount and then comes back to a reasonable. I can put a breakpoint there just to show that, hey, it eventually caught up. I don't know. I'm not going to worry about that right now. It's beyond what I need to care about. That's tricky. Tricky, tricky, tricky. All right, so let's just forget about that right now. We have some stuff in there to log when this thing starts happening. Hopefully that's not an issue and it eventually catches up. Like I said, those are very lightweight objects. So as long as we don't get like over 100 or 1,000 of them, we should be fine. Should be fine. All right, let's commit some code. We have fixed a lot of things. We have fixed a lot of things. All right. Actually, and this song, I'm going to undo that. We don't even need that stuff now because we don't care. Let me make sure I'm not checking out anything else I don't want. Add logging into base, lots of logging into base. Artist view model has done nothing. We'll discard changes there. We have a new current playlist thing. That's just some code formatting. That's fixing the thumbs down stuff. It's nicer. It actually works. All right. Fixed playback issue. We added current playlist screen. We also, what else did I do? Just reading all the code. Oh yeah, fixed thumbs up, thumbs buttons on now playing, and we'll submit that. All right, pushed it up. You guys have the code. Woohoo! All right, so we've got that up now. What else should we do? Let's look at our list. Playlist management, I'm pretty happy with right now. I think it's good. Do we do the equalizer, or do we try and fix the AV audio player? Hi, Chase. I don't know where the other games are right now for it. Do you have the other games? No, those aren't the right games. Those are Atari games. My son is in love with the Game Boy right now and this SNES, but I don't have the other games right there. They were in the case all together. The case is right there. That shelf. Yep, that shelf. Helping him switch out Nintendo games. Yes, there's the games. All right. So all you do, Chase, look, push up. And it has to be off or the games can't switch out. All right? There you go. Take it out. I'm working in here. Oh man, opening up the door though, there's like a breeze going through now. All this trapped hot air. You got it? Yes, and that's not even the color one. That's the old. Hold on, I'm gonna close my door. Actually, give me 2 seconds. I'll be right back. Now my sound works.
If I'm not back in 5 minutes, just wait longer.
Now I'm helping him open these stupid Nintendo cases. How do you do these? I don't even remember. He's gonna switch games and play Paperboy instead of Mario. Okay, does it make sense to do an equalizer before album art on the now playing? No, the equalizer is not important. I don't even have the UI for that. We can do album art. Album art makes sense. Let's work on the now playing screen some more. Yeah, these stupid cases. Ah, got it. You're supposed to push this in. Right. Oh, you just push. Straight push. Got it. Chase, you squeeze it. Alright, he's now on to Paperboy. Exciting. Okay. The puppy is not in with me. My wife's out playing. I just saw them go outside to go play fetch. So everyone's home right now. Summer vacation, so people are at the house, which means the dog has other friends. Alright, so let's work on some UI then. Now playing screen. Alright, so let's do some album art. Maybe we'll do some blurs, because I want to get some blurs in there. Yay! Yeah, let's update the topic. Alright, we need topic, artwork and blurs. Xamarin.Forms. If I can spell Xamarin right. Actually, I don't know if my stream helper can actually do hashes. Let's try it. All right. Woohoo! It's working. All right. Now playing screen. Man, I'm getting like notified like crazy on Twitter. That's right. All good. All right. So, where are we at on this puppy? Wait, did I have a typo? I always have typos. Artwork and blurs and dang it! Hi, my wife came in right as I did that and gave me a weird look. That's funny. All right, it's right. We can fix that and delete the tweet. If I'm quick. I can find it. All right, yes. There's the one with... Now I can't see it. It won't tweet twice in the 2 minutes. I intentionally did that. We'll just retweet it in a minute. In 5 minutes. That's my timeout. I should add a force to force it to tweet again. All right. Yeah, I see it. I have 2 N's. Right? Is that the only typo? Artwork and blurs in Xamarin.Forms. Yes. I'll retweet it in, yeah, a couple minutes. Remind me. All right. Artwork time. Super exciting. So the old player, let's bring up the old one and the new one. Hardware, let's get up the old one, which is under the access, I think. And maybe we can do something to where that top bar goes away. This whole slider thing is ugly. I had a custom one before, which we might bring in. We don't have the volume bar. The volume bar is very important. It doesn't show up on the simulator, but that's how you get AirPlay. So we want that. We definitely want that. Oh, you think the tag is Xamarin.Forms, no hash? I mean, no dot? That's right. We'll do that when we update it. I should make Squeaky do all my tweeting. It'd be better. All right. So we need an artwork here. And the old one does a very big artwork. You'll notice that it even blurs down. It does a reflection. So it does a big one and then a reflected one. So you could actually... Right? Isn't that right on that? I'm trying to remember. I thought it did a reflected one. Let me find a more colorful one. I'm just seeing red. Okay, I used to do one. Oh no, it's just really big. So you can see how the top of the face is up. You can't see me pointing, but the top of the face is blurred up through here. And then some of this blurs down through here. Like it's just a really big and has lots of blurs. So this one's the normal size, and it just has a giant blown up one blurred behind it. Right. Okay. So what I did before, and I'm trying to think, I thought I had artwork somewhere else that did something different. Also, my old artwork views, there's a line border around those just to make sure they're nice and pretty in case some of them have white. Swedish Fish Mafia, one of their albums is a good example, has lots of white and so it just blurs really funny. So I definitely do border those, and this one's bordered too to prevent that nonsense and shenanigans. Okay. So, trying to think of the right way to do this. What are we in? We are in an absolute layout. So I could do, yeah, I'm trying to think how to do that effect. So I need to have two image views. One that's really big. And what I did before, I did custom stuff for requesting the image. So I would request the image and then set it. And the background one doesn't have to be high resolution because it's going to be blurred anyway. So you can just do a nice low resolution, nice and big. So I'd get the same image and put it twice. Because I can request an image at any size I want. So I'd request that size, and then I would apply it to both rather than using built-in image loading stuff. And also, I need to use that same artwork for the lock screen now playing, which we can handle that separately. So I don't even need to think about that stuff right now. We can, because that's a different screen size or a different image size anyway. All right. So to do this, I have the one that's going to be here, and then I have the one that's going to be in the absolute layout. And I'm probably just going to put it at the back of the absolute layout and make it full. And then I'll zoom to fill. Right? I think that'll work. I think that'll do perfectly. And then I just have to deal with blurs. All right. So, and you'll notice that there's multiple blurs because there's one there and one there. So the old one was a class I call the blurred view or image view, which would just do things magically. So let's just do image. Actually, what am I doing on my cells? I had something for my cached image view. No, we'll just do an image. We're not going to deal with, okay. And then we'll do X name, background image. Okay, and then absolute layout flat bounds is going to be 0, what is it, 0, 1, 1? Is that right? Did I do that right? I hope so. And then we'll put that absolute layout flags. What are my options? Oh, come on. I think it'll be size. I think size is the one I want. Hopefully you guys don't hear the vacuum in the background. Hopefully it's not too loud. My hallway is getting vacuumed right outside my office. All right, so I think that's the one I want. Actually, wait, do I have another? I don't have more than one image view, right? No, okay, yeah, that's the bottom. Image is up top, that's the bottom, the silver thing. Then there's the nav bar. And then what's this image? Oh, that's in the mini player. Okay, we're not worried about the mini player one. That's separate. Okay. Okay, all. Is that the one I want? Is all? Absolute layouts all? Okay, perfect. Okay, so let's, before we add any blur or anything fancy to it, let's jump in here. And I might put that into a grid just for doing blurs easier so I can put a blur view on top of it. Yeah, I wish I was good at absolute layout. I wish I was good at any of the layouts. Let's be honest. Stack. Stack's what I've got. I've got stack and grid. Got those down. Absolute was needed for all this fancy shenanigans. I need to make it so this can't drag up that high, because that looks ugly. All right. That's a different fix. That's on the platform-specific stuff. All right. So, yeah, I need to make that not happen, because it goes the exact green height is how far it'll go up, or that overhang. So, okay, where was I? Thinking this through. Maybe I'll fix that quickly. Now playing page. This is where I'm at. So set state. Yeah, we might just be able to do it in the set state, guys. We have a set state. We can download our image here. Bum 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 far. Guess what we're gonna do? Oh, and I spelled images wrong. Curse my spelling. Oh, it's probably been long enough to now do Xamarin.Forms right without my horrible spelling. Images. Okay. Or actually, artwork makes more sense. It's artwork. All right, so we're going to update the artwork now. So now what we're going to do is we need a second image that I haven't put in there anywhere. I'm trying to think what it is. Oh, it'll just go centered inside that grid with a max size. Right, I did some fancy stuff so that way it can only be a maximum size. That's right, we'll figure that out. And then centered properly. Yep, we're doing it. This is right. This is right. Because state is something that is just triggered. It should not be, yeah, it's right. It's like a button click. It's a button click. You always make button clicks async voids. Okay, so update artwork. This is going to be, I wonder if I can use the current caching stuff because what are we using? We're using, I chose this library and I liked that this library let us get access to that. The FF image loading. We can manually download something ourselves from FF image loading, right? I didn't call it FFmpeg. I'm getting better. Oh, actually, no, it should be able to do this automatically. I shouldn't even need to do this. We're going to try something, guys. We are going to try something. The whole thing with this is if you data bind to the thing, it doesn't make multiple requests at a time, right? That's what this library is supposed to do. That height request is way off. But let's just do this. We don't need a height request because we don't care. Oops. We want it to be full aspect. Aspect fill. This one needs to fill. Downsample to view. We can leave that as true. Fine, fine. Margin, margin. No, we want no margin. No margin for you. All right, and then we need our absolute layout flag stuff here again. It doesn't need any of these flags because we don't care. And perfect. That might actually do it. Oh, we need data binding. Data binding. Oh no, I did. How did I? Trying to remember how I did that one. Did I not do that one on data binding? I didn't see it. So navbar. Mini player. Where's that image? FF image. Name image. Yeah, there's no binding on that. Oh, there's no binding on that. That is accurate. Good call, me. All right. So since this has a thing, we should be able to bind it now. Let's go look at our, let me make sure I bind it right. Go to our, close a bunch of stuff, close a whole bunch of stuff. And we're going to look at our media item cell. This has the image and it does, oh no, that's design time image. What about data binding? Isn't this data bound? Right, I do that all from the code behind as well. Because I have to go and get the URL. I don't know what the URL is, so we have to do it the way I was going. All right. We're getting our async image back. No, where were we? Is it redo? Oh no, undo. Right there. Perfect. All right, so we have a couple different ones we need to do. We are going to go to here and we're going to do this thing. Instead of binding content, item is current song. Actually, let's just do song. All right. So, I did that wrong. I'm an idiot. All right. Now, when this is done, is not equal to, if song is not equal to view model dot current song. This is the reason we're doing this. So this does a check. Go get the artwork stuff. Get it all figured out. If it has changed, so in the time it took for us to go and figure out what the artwork is, if you were fast scrolling or you next, it doesn't do the wrong album artwork. So now this is going to do image, and now background, image, source. We're just going to chain these puppies. Chain the puppies together. And yeah, let's see what happens. I think we're going to have artwork in the background. Really big. I hope. I did update status. I did. You missed it? Adding images. Yes, I did. Because you even mentioned it or something. Sweeky. I did. You did something. Or maybe you tweeted it. You tweeted it too? um, I see it in all of my topic stuff. You'll notice the topic at the top there. Says it right? Oh yeah, I see you tweeted it. Oh, now Siri thinks I'm talking to her. Not talking to you, sweetie. Yeah, my latest tweet 7 minutes ago was right. All right, done. All right, so let's look. Artwork! Whoa, wait. Okay, that is. I was thinking, wait, that doesn't look like that one. But it is right. And why is that one cut off? Wait, wrong key. Look at that. Something's wrong. Let's go into navbar player, mini player. Okay, let's look at that image. Margins 5, margins 5. That should be fine. Request size. Min height request equals 35. Min width request. I wonder if we can do that, if that'll fix it. Yeah, but it's like squashed. So you don't see the up at the very top my topic on my stream? It doesn't say artwork and blurs in Xamarin.Forms? Should. I hope. And my tweeters. It updated. Okay. What is going on with that layout? It didn't clip them the same, did it? It did. What in the world? That's bonkers. Bonkers, I tell you. So I don't have to parse that twice. Let's see if this fixes it. Very, very interesting, guys. That's trippy. It was clipping it to the exact same as the other one, so the library was doing something under the hood. Allergies make. Oh, it's still doing it. That's not cool. Let's ditch this transparency on this now playing and see if we can clean that up. Or make it transparent. This gray bar. Silver. See what that does. I just want to make sure that album artwork is stretching all the way. I'll try doing it without setting that big one and see. We might not be able to use this library if it's going to do weird stuff like this, or we're going to have to fix it. Just not, I got too much work to do to fix someone else's library right now. Okay, so it is going. Yeah, it's doing what I want per se. Is that centered pretty good? Yeah, that looks right. That's exactly right. Once we add those blurs in there, that'll be perfect. All right, so let's undo this. And let's go to here. It's just a weird coincidence that it's clipping them the same way. Maybe I don't downsample. Let's just do a new song that we haven't done yet. Nope, it's still weird. Okay, it's not what I thought it was. Just a very odd coincidence. I wish I had a Dr. Horrible play. Alright, does anyone have any ideas what would cause that? Let's throw some fuchsia in there. And what other color would you put in there? Dang it, no fuchsia. Okay, let's now go and ditch that. You know you like the fuchsia. Alright, so let's see if we can fix this now. See if we have a weird skinny fuchsia thing. Why do I have an artwork there? No, that's not it. That's different. Oh no, that's in the wrong cell. I'm an idiot. Right class. Go to the right class. It makes a world of difference. Let's just do this and see what that does next. It's our next test. I didn't set that. I copied it. Oh no, it's this one right here. That did it. So, okay, I am doing it. All right. So that set it to the default and never unset it back. All right, there's something wrong with my layout stuff. So that's happening here. Oh, it's at a 30 column grid and it's set to like 35. So we're with a 5 margin, 5 padding, we're missing a lot. That was easy. That should fix it. Thought I was going crazy. There we go, except it's floating too high. Much better. Much, much better. Knew there had to be a logical explanation. There was no way it was sharing the same source, because that would have been very odd. Alright, so that needs to just be image source. View. Because we're going to have one more image. We're going to have 3 of these guys. So that way we can just do set image source to this. To there. And now that we only have one of these, I'm going to just move this back to here. No point making a variable. All right, much better. And now when we add our 3rd image, we'll put it right there. I like it. Might need to do some centering stuff to make it go lower, but overall it's looking good, I think. Find out in a second. Artwork's working. Perfect. Perfectly. All right. So now I need a big freaking blur view. All right. Now Android doesn't have, so I was thinking hard about how to do this. Forms Android blur view. There's a third-party library. Wasn't this one? Was it this one I was looking at? Yeah, it was this one. Okay. So we have this, which we could use. So we could just create our own custom view and use this, and then on iOS, use iOS. Yeah. And it's even in NuGet. So maybe we'll do this one. Yeah. And look, they even give you an example of the custom renderer. They're so kind. So, so kind. Inside the sample. So maybe I'll do this, and then I'll do my own blur on iOS and Android. I mean on iOS. And then I'll do something to go between light and dark mode, because this does it have a dark blur or just a light blur? Yeah, I am gonna have to do a custom renderer. I'm just gonna use this guy's. Alright, so he's in Nuje. Let's go find out where he's at in Nuje. Xamarin Blur View. He doesn't have iOS, unfortunately. So what we'll do is we'll go to Android and add NuGet packages. So nice. And I actually already have my magic blur views written for iOS from the old gMusic. So we'll be able to steal those. So let's keep going on this. Let's go to iOS and don't really have to do anything there. Let's add a new control, a new view. We'll just add a new blur view. I'm just going to call it that. And it is a forms view. All right, perfect, done. Now what we can do is we have this one. We're going to make a blur view the same size. I might actually just be able to make this one. If I have, the old one was 2 blur views, but I think that's overkill. So if I do the same thing, I don't have views in here yet, do I? Whoa, 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 whoa. That's for the class. Oh, I do. I have gMusic. Okay, perfect. So, oops, wrong place. And then blur view. Perfect. And now we're going to give the same exact absolute layout flags. And we'll throw this in here. Now we need to go into iOS and Android and create a custom renderer. So renderers, add new blur view renderer, and then Android renderers, add new. Now instead of doing the render on iOS, I could use, there are some platform specific stuff. So Xamarin.Forms that we can do visual element blur. So I could just do this thing, right? Image. So let's just show what this will do before I go any further. So I could just do this with the same exact layout flags. Oh, actually, I can just do this here. I don't even need the box. So I could do that on iOS and call it good and not do an iOS renderer. I think. iOS, what do I have to do to add iOS? Oops, wrong one. This one. Add this stuff in here. I hate adding this stuff in. All right, so now I should be able to just have blurs on iOS magically. But I'm not going to keep it that way. I like doing it consistent of having the renders on both, and then it gives me a tad bit more control over it. But I have a blur. Yay! Let's make that thing transparent now really quick. That's so exciting. So exciting. Where's that silver? That makes me happy. So happy. Where's my music? Oh, my gMusic for Mac is crashed. I have no music. So wrong. It's funny how long I can go before realizing my music's not playing. All right. That's actually looking really good. My scroll bar is wrong. But wow. Okay, the old one is 2 blur views. 2. Well, this one's the extra light on the background, and then this one's a darker one there. That's why that looks different there. So if I was to do this, That might be wrong. It might blur everything, the content, but I'm hoping it doesn't. Hoping it does it as the background, but I don't think it will. It could be very wrong. Find out. No, no, no. Okay. Instead of that being, I don't know if it even did anything. So what are my options on here? There's extra light and light and extra light and dark. We can look at the old gMusic and see what it did, but I know there's two blur views, and it does it differently on that. So, gMusic, music player, iOS, UI. No, it's under view. So I have like this view, the light blur view and things like that, the blur views, and then blurred image view. This does this magically where it does it for both images for me. Just fancy stuff. And yeah, even does like fades as the image change, the old one, but I don't know if I'm going that far. All right, so let's go in here and find the now playing view. UI. No, it's view controllers. Now playing view controller. That one, no, this one. All right, so down at the bottom, I have the footer view, bottom view. All right, bottom view. Add a blurred view. It does add a blurred view. And what is my blurred view? Where does blurred view live? Not a class in here. Oh, blurred image view. I think blurred view lives in here. All right, so it defaults to extra light. And so yeah, I don't think it's actually applying the second one. So I'll probably just do this double blur again, maybe. I just like that differentiation. Or what if we did something with the transparency? That actually might look good. So instead of this, let's do color with some alpha. So let's do, I can't think Xamarin.Forms hex. I actually can't do that in my head. Xamarin, white with alpha hex. Does Xamarin.Forms use ARGB? So for 85%, that doesn't line up. It's okay. Can you just do RGB in those? Normal RGB color? I didn't think you could. Oh, you can. No, they're saying, oh no, that's WPF. Yeah, that's just ugly. So ugly. All right, we're gonna try this. And like 10% would be 26. Is alpha first in this? I can't remember. Find out. My brain does not work in hex. Oh, do I need like an X in front of it or something? Why is that wrong? Oh, it needs the hash. Build, run. Let's go. Okay, and we're going. Let's see how that looks. Oh no, there's definitely a line there now. You can see the difference. That's what I want is a line. Why do I have audio play? Okay, that's definitely working now. Starting my music so I can hear it. Okay, but I wonder if that's enough. So that was at, what percent was that at? Let's do like 40%, 66. See if that's noticeable. Yeah, hex is horrible. I had a lot of bad bottom padding as far as right here. Yeah, I intentionally used the safe insets for the corners so these wouldn't clip. Whereas here they're just inset. I'm not sure which is better. It probably could use a little bit more padding so you're not right on that line. Okay. Yeah, that's the only difference. Okay, so that looks good. That looks good. Yeah, I think that actually, I wonder if that should be more transparent. I mean, less transparent. I still think it's a little bit too transparent. I'm gonna adjust the hex. Let's go to like 80. Let's do CC. Ooh, those should be capital. I just want to see what that looks like. Because it should be subtle. Maybe it was fine. Too much. Too much. Too much. You can spend forever tweaking these stupid values. I try not to get stuck on these. So easy to. You vote 66? Alright, I can go down to 66. I can do it. See what this looks like really quick. Then we'll go down to 66. So do you like your 66 more than that? What was 66? 66 was 40, so I'm at 50, so it's a 10% difference. You guys care? I need to build my own custom slider because this thing's ugly. I like the old one. That was just pretty and nice. Alright, we'll stick where it's at. Yeah. Let's get some artwork in here. Then we can ditch this green. Let's ditch that green. That green's gotta go. Green can go now, actually, because it already has the nice fancy blur stuff. Okay, let's ditch green. Where's green? Thought I had green in there somewhere. Mini player, right here. Oh, there it is. It's off to the side. Thought I saw green. Why can't I scroll slower? Where's that green coming from? I'm not setting it in code, am I? Okay, mini player is this guy. Something in here is setting it to green. I don't use hex. I avoid that. Oh, lime. Lime. Why did I use lime instead of green? Yeah, lime. Fix the music again. All right, let's see how this looks. Then we can get the other album art centered up there. That's actually not bad. Fonts are a little off. That looks pretty dang good. Let's go to the same artwork so we can see the same effect. I'm liking this. That's pretty good. We've made progress. Now let's do Android. Let's get our renderer on Android. Actually, let's get our renderer on iOS too. I forgot. Where did I have? That thing goes away. All right. Oh, that's looking great. I'm excited. Oops, wrong button. Okay, so that's good. Let's go do some renders. Okay, so renders, blurred image, or oh, I have a blurred. Am I using this thing anywhere? This is the class I needed. That's pretty cool. All right, so our blurred renderer. This is a what's the base renderer on? Okay, so let's do using Xamarin.Forms.ios, or is it .platform.ios? We have like, trying to think which renderer to start with, because we have like list view renderer, but I don't want that one. Do we not just have like a view renderer? Oh, I do, okay. Just autocomplete failed me. All right, so view renderer. So now what we'll do in here is, for now, we're not going to worry about changing the color. I have that for the old one would have like an apply style or something. Footer.apply style, which would then do blur.style blur view. All right, we'll deal with that stuff later. We're not going to style it yet. All right, so where are we at? Don't need this. I need to go to this thing, which is going to do oops, equals, all right, now we just need to register it. iOS is done. Doesn't get any easier than that. That is perfect. All right, now let's go look at Android. Come on. So this is, let's go copy that code from his stuff, where he gives us an example. View file. Oh, right. So I think I created, oh, I'm doing this in the wrong place. Whew. I was very confused, very confused. Here we go. Oh, names mismatched. So using equals gMusic dot views dot blur view. Heck yeah, this is coming along. All right. Getting there. Okay, almost there, almost there. What's the color overlay? Let's go check out what he's got for his color overlay stuff. Do I even need a color overlay? What is his color overlay? Okay, let's just go look at a sample. Resources. Let's just go borrow that puppy. It's pretty close to what we have on our other thing. All right, so asset, no, resources, values, colors. Perfect, that should work. Oh wait, let's register this guy. So we can go steal it from iOS. Perfect. Perfect. And we're there. This should work on iOS and Android now. Let's run it on iOS first, check to make sure it works. Yeah, white with some transparency. Different percent than what we used before, so we might be changing it. And I'm out of water. I might be right back to refill this thing. Oh, we have no blur. No blur. I know why. I am so funny. Didn't add it. That was, at least it was a quick, oh, right, I should do that. You are smarter, Squeaky. We said it at the same time almost. Almost. Yay, blurs. Let's try Android. Yeah, it's looking really good. It's amazing how far along this came today. Write some UI tests now? I thought you were writing UI tests and sending a pull request. I haven't done anything with accessibility right now. There's nothing accessible. I haven't set any IDs or anything yet. So that's going to be painful. Needs done, I agree. But at least it is, I might not have made it accessible, but I did make it localized. Yeah, definitely add gMusic to it. Yeah, we can wait till July. You got to prepare for your talk before then. All right, is this going? It's deploying. I don't use the UI test as much as I used to. I used to use it a lot. But yeah, I work on different parts of our product now. All right, deploy. Really? It crashed. Android crashed. Why you crash, Android? Alright, all that time loading and it crashed. I wanted to see how pretty it was. Alright, let's switch emulators. I have multiples. Alright, we'll load this one up. That one's booted anyway. Deploy. That one booted really fast. Wonder what my settings difference were. Okay, it didn't crash. Oh, come on! App Center's not working. Well, that's new. Yeah, the package is there. Shouldn't have to do anything aside from adding the package. What was that output? What was missing? Scroll faster! Okay. Did not find SDK wrapper. Let me just add the other one just in case. Shouldn't have to add the root one because these ones depend on it. Yep, clean and build. Yeah, they're right there. Let's see what happens this time. Yeah, but these ones depend on it. We'll see. Yeah, nougats can be odd. Oh, I'm really liking how this is coming together though. I need to finish that top bar. I do need to do the magic with that for the close and the current playlist. But yeah. My question is how I'm going to do the centering. I might have to create a custom image class. Yeah, that's right. And I don't know if I'm going to do the fanciness of this. The mini player. I do like the mini player a lot. But that's going to be so tricky to do. Okay. Okay, is Android working now? Not crashing? Not yet. This is not shell. I have not started on the shell version of this. I think I'm going to do a shell version, but I haven't done it yet. Wait, why do we have blue? Oh, we don't have an album artwork. I need to remove that blue. Why do we have no songs? There's no account. I fixed login, but I didn't log into this simulator. I logged into the other one. Alright, so I'm going to drag this off screen as I log in. Alright. Oh, the simulator's not letting me type! This is brutal, guys. I am typing via mouse. So not cool. Hearing funny sounds again. Where are those coming from? Okay. So not cool. Okay, it's logging in. It's logged in! That screen doesn't update when it logs in. Hey, Squeaky cheered! Okay, it didn't log in. It says it did. Yeah, I'm logged in now. Why is it going slow? We crashed! We crashed! Index out of range. Where's the index out of range at? Forms internals crashed on me. It's right, let's restart it. And now we should have artwork that we can click on and see what it looks like. What's my target SDK? Whatever the defaults were when I built this thing. Oh, looking at time, I'm actually gonna have to go soon. What is my Android build? Target minimum is 5 and target is 8. I have no idea what the emulator is. I don't pay that much attention. I could look it up though. Go, build, run. All right, hey, we have stuff. So now let's click on an artwork. Click on a song. I gotta ditch that blue. That's so funny, the blue's staying there. All right, let's go ditch the blue. We overwrite it on everything else, but this one, it stays. One sec. Trying to book dinner for tonight. That hotel's booked. Or that restaurant. That's why I gotta leave at some point soon. Find a good restaurant for tonight. Doing date night on Wednesday. It's actually our anniversary, so I kind of have to. I should have done dinner. Should have actually booked the reservation before tonight, but it's a Wednesday, so we should be fine. Life of being old and not caring as much. Try this restaurant. Thank you. I'll have to call that one. Where's the blue? Why is the blue still there? Is that tint color blue? Shh, she doesn't watch. She doesn't watch. All right. What color? Maybe that Android, maybe that color had blue in his. No, that should be not blue. Yes, this thing is available from the beginning. Like the whole thing has been built completely on stream. But yeah, go grab the code and play with it. And I committed from the, like, you can watch all the commits through the stream and see where we started at, where we've been. So, oh, right, let's let this run. Yeah, they need to end in time to actually call and make some reservations. Wait, why is that not going? I'm so out of water. Go, go, go. Is there anything else that would be hinting in blue there? He didn't have anything with blue in his thing, huh? Interesting. Let's see what's going on. It's removing the old version. The now playing screen, is there anything with blue still? Blue is not found. Maybe it's fixed. Maybe it just needed a new clean. Maybe it didn't have the new XAML. Go, go, go. Ah, they're still blue. I wonder if it's doing something with that title bar or something. Aside from the blue, it looks pretty good. It needs to be less transparent. Yeah, but I'm wondering where the blur's getting the blue. I wonder if it's something. Yeah, the blur is getting blued. No, that's not this album. Here, we'll do. No, see, look at that. It's hideous. There's blue. Wow, that one's pixelated. Right? There's some extra tint going in there. iOS looks perfect. Let's go in and toy with this color again. So, do I still have that up? Let's go at like CC or E6. Let's do E6. So it could be any of these accent colors are doing it, but no, I'm not doing anything with the colors. I'm probably going to change it so it doesn't get this from that color anyway. I don't like that. I'll probably do something to where I grab that color, set this overlay color. I'll do that from Forms. But that blue isn't the same blue. Let's check out his render script. Oh, I don't have any of that code. Okay. At first I'm like, oh, that looks perfect. Of course it does. Of course it does. It could be getting that blue, like it's taking the top part of the background view. It could be his blur implementation. This is background window is this window background. So it could be doing something with that. I bet that's where that blue is coming from. I wonder if I need to look at his sample and do something differently. I bet that's it. This blue It looks good aside from that, though. Except that bottom art view is bottom view is way too big on this. Half the screen. Yeah, it's hard to say the color. All right, I'm gonna check this in. I'm gonna push this stuff up, and we're gonna forget about Android for now. We'll deal with that later. Maybe there's a better blur view I can find. Yeah, it really needs some layout love. Let's commit and push this stuff. Blurs iOS. Yeah, I'll fight Android later, I think. But I really like how far the iOS has come. We still need that artwork view centered here, which is going to be a little tricky. No, actually, I think I know how to do that. I think I can do that. Well, because I don't want it truly centered. Notice there's more space up here. It's centered between the top of this X and that line. That's what it centers between. I don't know. I'm going to need to think how to do that. Do a funky center. But either way, it's looking really good. I'm really happy with how far we've come today. And I need to do something to make this top part, that top bar go away when we're in full screen. Oops, wrong one. But either way, I am really happy with how far this has come along. Yeah, it's actually looking like a real app, guys. Like, seriously. I need to do collection view still for the swipe between. But yeah, that's really good. And I'm like, oh, these fonts are big, but it's not big because I have accessibility turned on. So the fonts aren't even too big. Whoa! What is that? How'd that ever happen? I think the simulator is freaking out because now the simulator just crashed on me. Alright, I'm gonna blame the simulator on that one because it obviously just crashed on me. Alright, simulator's fault, not mine. Wasn't me.
Alrighty then.
I'm guessing I'm done then. Trying to think if there's anything else I want to try and check off the list, but I'm really happy with that. We've got blurs. We need that one more album art. So yeah, I'm gonna call that good. And I'm gonna commit that updated. Let's commit this and push this up, and you guys have code. Feel free to send me a pull request if you want to play with it or enhance it or look at the Android blur view. Maybe someone can fix it and do it better than I just did. I didn't really take the time to learn that library. I just kind of tried it and hoped it worked. So, but yeah, iOS blur is beautiful. We'll make Android beautiful too. All right, thanks everyone. Fun as always. Feel free to give me suggestions or topics or send a pull request to the agenda even. If you want to help influence this, you definitely have the power. Help me out and we'll do this however you guys want. Thanks guys, and I'll go get dinner booked. See you guys later.